everything which is coming with an expiry date. So we want something which is authentic, which doesn't have an expiry date, isn't it? Anything that is limited cannot quench our unlimited needs. And that's why it is said human being has a huge infinity list of wants and desires. But basically, the wants and desires are unlimited because it is never quenched completely. It is never addressed properly. It is never included with the truth because the essence is enough to quench the thirst. So we have been far away from the essence. In this expansion, we have experienced that there is no truth and there is no stability. So much uncertainty all around. So before I continue, I welcome you with these wonderful flowers. And these flowers are from Lagos. And I have Sister Meenal with me. You can come and say just hello.
Hello, sister.
Good. So we two, along with the one behind you're seeing, we are three, and the one behind has one above. And so we are four in the center presently. So these beautiful, colorful flowers are for you, which are beautiful and also fragrantful. Now we will get into a beautiful PowerPoint presentation. So you can see and welcome to this wonderful session of discovering the self. Who am I? In this, we share about a small story. As you see yourself, as you know yourself at this moment, as you are, if you take a return journey, that is maybe you are 20, 30, 40 years, remove 50% of it and imagine what you were at that time. Did you really think that what you're doing now, you will be doing then? You might have not even expected that Sister Pavitra would have not even, planned that she would be one day in Australia. And if you remove 90% of your age, in that infant time, you wouldn't have planned that you will be studying this, you will get married, you will be doing that, you will be planning to travel. Lifestyle, understanding is constantly changing. Yeah, please be seated. So everything is changing at every point of time in the life. As the growing age, your awareness about the world and your external identity is increasing. But if you remove the total age, maybe you are 24, 36, or 42, where were you before 42 years, or 24 years, or 36 years before? Then everyone would say, I am in my mom's womb. Yeah, very true. We all have started our journey from the mother's womb, isn't it? So what happened at that time? Can you recollect? Just gently closing your eyes, reach to that space where you started your journey. in mother's womb, as we all can recollect the face of our mother. And in that womb, without knowing that I'm a Christian, I'm a Hindu, I can speak this language or that language. In that form, I communicated with my mother in the language of love. She connected to me and she cared for me before I took birth, before I did anything for her, before I even understood who is she, what is she. The mother has connected and caressed us. She welcomed me into this world. Om Shanti. Such a beautiful connection, isn't it? The moment you think the connection with the mother is really a very beautiful and a very pure relationship. As soon as you were delivered, as soon as you took birth, what happened? Everyone loved you and they gave you a good name and they had and continued your journey. Everything got adding up. Your name, then your identity as a child, then your friend circle, then your school, your qualification, everything started adding on. If you remove all these labels where you stand in this whole journey of so many things getting added up, what is the first thing that you have got? You as a being, what is the first thing that you have got? Even these parents also you have got, you have acquired, isn't it? Because of being through their womb, you have acquired everything. So in this whole lot of journey of acquiring many things, including your name and family and status, religion, nationality, qualification, everything, what is the first thing that you have acquired? Sister Esther? What is the first thing that you have acquired? Sister Pavitra?
Seeing things at the first place, wondering how it is and how this is even possible, those kind of stuffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sister Esther? Please unmute yourself. We cannot hear you.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, are you hearing?
Yes.
Yes, I said the journey of my life. I've been able to discover the journey of my life from my mother's womb to now. I've been
So
able
what is the
to
first thing that you have acquired in the whole journey?
from my mommy's womb of my identity.
What is your identity that you have acquired for the first? Everything is in the name also is part of your identity, isn't it?
Yeah.
The gender, many things is part of your identity which you have acquired. But what is that first thing?
I acquired from my mom when I came out from my mommy's womb up to now.
Yes. Please continue. After that, I request Brother Yusuf and Sister Gift also to please speak about this.
I just realized the life is a journey. And there are some things in this journey that we can we can't work on ourselves. They are divine. Then there are others that we can maneuver ourselves. We can we can decide who we want to be with and then who we don't want to be. But there are some that we can't decide. We can't decide on our own, whatever happens to us. Hello?
Please continue. Sister Gift, would you mind to share? So I've been waiting to hear Sister Gift and Brother Yusuf and Brother Leonard as well on this aspect. But let me continue as the time is going.
Okay, this is Brother Leo.
Yes, Brother
Can
Leo.
you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I think the first thing I received from my mother's womb is life, breath of life. Because as I was in the womb, I cannot breathe through my nostril. But when I come, immediately I'm delivered, the breath of life will rush through my nostril and I will start breathing. And that is the breath of life, which everybody takes in to animate this physical body.
Very true. Before that, before the breath of life, in the womb, as you enter, what did you receive?
Energy.
Who are you then?
I am a divine being, but not yet.
You're a being and you received energy. Wonderful. Nice to know your thoughts, Brother Leo. And I'm sure that everyone is thinking in this aspect only. But let me give you the very simple, very, very, very easy answer. What we all received is body.
Okay.
You never enter your mother's womb with the body. You said you are a being. A being is a bodiless. So being entered into the womb and received the body as per your past journey, actions performed. The being is a traveler. The being is in the journey. And you will receive the body as per the actions performed. When? In your past, last journey. Isn't it? Otherwise, why there are so much of differences? One is woman, one is male and female. And though somebody will have, from the womb itself, some are mentally retarded, one are physically handicapped, some are like this, some are like that. So why these differences from the womb? Because we think that womb is the beginning, but the traveler had a beginning much more earlier than entering into the womb. And so the sum total of the actions that we have performed, good, not good, is the accumulation as a property. The soul, the being carries along with it. So what goes along with us is not the body. What travels along with us as our permanent luggage is the actions that we have performed through the organs of the body. Which means, who are we? We are eternal beings of light. And what is mine is all that which is connected to the body. But when I know I'm not body, then all that which is connected to the body, can it be me? As we say, my relations, my qualification, my nationality, my religion. So much of mind, the whole world is connected with the mind. But am I that mind, or am I me? So I am a soul. In English, it's called as soul. But in many ancient cultures and religions, it is well defined and well understood as spirit, soul. And so there is a difference between mine and me. I am a soul. This body is mine. And there's huge amount of difference, as you see in the image in front. You can sit here, take your chair, sit there, and you can also see. So as you see, there is a physical body and a soul that is a point of light, plus both put together is a human being. It's a human body, but plus the being is human being. And so this is called as innate. And this is called as acquired. Soul, in its different ways, it is called as atomos, spirit, ruh in Islam, atma in the ancient Indian language, but it is a point of light. Even the scientists also has a name to it, that This soul is called as energy, force, light, life. On the contrary, body is acquired. And so body is made with the nature. And what is nature? Nature is the 5 elements put together: air, water, fire, sky, and earth. And so everything is connected to this nature, which is called as body. That is your family, your qualification, position, post, designation, properties. Everything is connected to the body. Now, what are the features of this body? The soul is eternal. It is unlimited in its powers, imperishable, immortal, indivisible, invisible, indestructible, and very subtle and sentient being of light. On the contrary, body comes with an expiry date. It is limited, it is perishable, and it's constantly changing. It's mortal, it's divisible, it's visible, it's destructible, and it's physical. And this body is also called as matter. This particular image will make things more clear. As you see, the soul is a point of light, but fire, water, air, or even swords-like things cannot cut the soul, but all of this can influence the body. See, when a person dies, then the body is put to fire, body gets burnt, soul can never get burnt. A person is feeling very hot, he can, fan himself and enjoy the breeze, but the soul has no difference for oxygen, carbon dioxide, and anything. As long as the body is living, you need to shower and maintain the hygiene of the body. That is the respect and responsibility of the body that we really take care. But the water, same, has nothing to do, no effect on the soul. If you use the sword, and the sword can cut the head of a human body, but the sword cannot make the soul into pieces. So here, this is the very beautiful narration about the soul. So what is the true language? It's not that I have the energy, I get the energy, but I am a soul and I have the body. We are very much beyond, and we are very much different from the soul, from the body. So what is the difference between the soul and the body? If you consider soul to be actor, the body is like costume. As you see, there is an actor wearing a beautiful costume. But whatever actions the soul is performing through the costume will be credited to the soul and not to the body. So how should be an actor? The actor should be acting conscious or director conscious. There are 2 types of things. If you become director conscious, number 1 is you will be responsible, answerable to the director who is the supreme source. But if you become acting conscious, you will focus only on your acting. But we cannot become a director to others by looking at each another actor, correcting them, directing them. We normally do this, isn't it? We try to correct others, we try to direct others, and not adults, but even the children don't like this type of corrections. Everyone needs freedom of experiencing and exploring things and understanding through their own experience. So here we should understand one thing, that everyone is an actor. Everyone has a role to play. Nobody is a director. If I take the role of a director, nobody still will listen to me. Every actor shall listen only to the director. With this understanding, it becomes very easy for us to shift from role conscious, that is costume conscious, to the soul conscious. Body consciousness means role consciousness. Role means all the labels that we have. I'm a woman, I'm an Indian, I'm a Hindu, I'm a Jew, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, I'm a manager, I'm a mother, I'm a professional, I'm a business lady, I am rich, I am poor, I'm qualified, I'm doctor, I'm advocate. All of these labels are part of the role. But we are not the role, we are the soul. With this consciousness, it becomes easy for us to focus on our own actions because we are responsible for our own actions and we are responsible and answerable for our own actions. No matter what others doing to me, if I do only positive, because what I do is what I get. And what I do is my own creation, is my own choices that I'm making, is my own responses, and I'm answerable for what I am doing to the director. Next is a soul can be considered as a king and the body can be considered as a kingdom. Like this, the image is very beautiful. Look at the king, completely full of authority. But the prince should have the awareness that his father is a king and he is going to be inherited with the kingdom. But if you see, if the child forgets that he is the child of the king, he shall not even get the kingdom and he shall not have the awareness of his being to be in the future a becoming king. You all know this beautiful story from the Bible. The Holy Bible has this story of the prodigal son, a child who leaves the father and the kingdom and is living in like anonymously, somebody ordinary. And one day by seeing his locket, somebody recognizes you belong to so-and-so kingdom. And when the child is brought back to the kingdom, he very slightly, little, he remembers that this place I know. I think I belong to this place, and then he will be told that you are the child of the king. The moment the awareness comes that I am the child of the king, immediately he will become what? There is some disturbance. In case if you can mute yourself, kindly unmute when it is needed, but otherwise you can mute yourself. But please keep the video on. It would be very nice.
Sister Amy, who can leave the video on?
I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. There was an important call for a big gathering in the center. But I think you got this particular slide, how it is that we are understanding between the soul and the body. And so a king means it gives the consciousness of being a sovereign with complete ruling and controlling power. And when you think about a kingdom, it's more about subject conscious. When you think I am a kingdom, then it is more about the subjects that you feel that I am a subject, I am subservient, and you lose the power over your own self, power to decide, power to discern, and all those authentic powers. But here it is also said that a soul and a body is like driver and the vehicle. It is shown a taxi or a car here, but it is body is nevertheless like a vehicle. But then it depends for us to have a consciousness, we can make a choice. If we really consider ourselves as a driver, then we are not attached to the vehicle. We park the vehicle and we are separate. But if we have an attachment to the vehicle, we are always sitting in the vehicle, though it is parked, though it is moving, though it is used or not getting used. So in this way, we take the pollution and the limited capacity of the vehicle into our own self. And you know, pollution is always not very good. But in that place, if you think that you're a driver, you have the consciousness of when to put a brake, when to put a horn, and you will be an expert driver. Without any accidents, you can reach your destination. When there is an accident, there is a lot of sorrow, damage associated with it. Not only to the self, but to others as well. But when you think that you are a driver, you still drive the vehicle, you still own a vehicle, but your driving efficiency will increase because you don't have an attachment towards the vehicle. Brake consciousness means to tolerate. Horn consciousness means to face, what to tolerate. If you put horn instead of brake, what will happen? Accident. How will be the accident? That your vehicle will enter into others' vehicle in the front. Just you're putting horn, and where you're supposed to put brake, you will enter into others' vehicle. Instead of a horn, you put brake suddenly. What will happen? The people from behind will enter into your vehicle. In either of the situation, damage is there. To avoid everything, become the driver conscious. Because to be a vehicle consciousness, to have the vehicle consciousness is like limited consciousness. It comes with a lot of rigidity, attachment, and those people cannot separate themselves from the car, that is from the body. I am a woman, I am like this every time, and I don't like anything that is like that, like this. And so they suffer with the pollution of the body consciousness. So it is also said that a soul is an operator and the body is like a brain, is like a computer. A computer, it might be very costly, highly expensive, and latest in its technology, but if there is no operator, it is not of any use. Because it is the operator who is a programmer. Though he is a software, but he will make the hardware useful for the purpose it is made. So this consciousness that I am the programmer will help us to program our mind and intellect, to educate our mind and intellect about what is right and what is wrong. And so when you become the consciously a programmer of your own self, then you can change the inner engineering, inner belief systems that anger is necessary and greed, without greed you cannot excel. Without attachment, the relations cannot be complete and close. Such type of belief systems have to be removed, have to be challenged, and have to be understood in its own real form. A soul is like a diamond and the body is a jewelry box. So people say, always think out of the box. Now, where is this box? I was searching from past 25 years ago all the time. Think out of the box. Where is this box? Wooden box, a mud box, stone box? Which box is this? But then I understood, once I understood this knowledge, I am that valuable jewel, diamond, and this body is the box. To think out of the body really proves to connect to myself truly. See, sometimes the box also is so beautiful that you wouldn't understand the value of the jewel within. People are looking so attractive, so beautiful externally. Sometimes they demonstrate their intelligence. They have the highest level of IQ, EQ, all types of Q, but they don't have SQ. What is SQ? SQ is spiritual quotient. IQ is intelligent quotient. And EQ is emotional quotient. People are emotionally balanced, intelligent mentally. But what about their spiritual quotient? It is said that you are hired because of your IQ. You are fired because of not having EQ and SQ. SQ is the bottom line, is a foundation for all types of Qs, which will help you not to be in any queue. And you will be number one, superstar. So recognize the inner diamond. A diamond can never be heated. You know that? A diamond can never be hot. If the diamond is exposed to the sun, along with all the precious stones, all the stones will become little warm, big warm, very hot, but the diamond will be very cold. I am a diamond who is always cold, means peaceful. This peace shall make me sensible in my responses towards the different situations. It doesn't mean that you get a very sorrowful news and you will be cold, not even able to respond to that. Cold, not in that sense, cold in the sense of being connected with yourself, connected with your inner peace and inner power, that you can not only explore, but manifest in actions practically. So diamond consciousness helps us to think out of the box, not focus on box, whether it is my box or others' box. Box is box, isn't it? And box means body consciousness. And next, it is the soul is considered as master, and also it is considered, the body is considered as subjects. That is your eyes and your nose and mouth, ears, hands, legs, all of them are your subjects. So as a king takes the meeting and all the subjects report, every night before you sleep, you should conduct a meeting, throw a conference, invite all your subjects and ask, my dear eyes, what did you do today? Did you see something which is not okay? Did you do something? Did you speak something that has given sorrow to anybody? You can ask these questions to your mouth and your ears. Did you hear anything negative about anybody and it influenced your inner state or it influenced your relationship with them? You should ask your organs. You know, the asking and interaction itself is the method of cleansing the inner kingdom, cleansing and communicating. Have a nice communicable relationship with your own subjects, experiencing freedom. When you think I'm a master, you experience freedom, which means you have the power to choose to speak or not to speak. You are not forced or influenced by the situation, by the people, by the environment, by the circumstances, by the elements of the nature, or by your own physical weakness. Somebody is very weak. They can easily shout and say, go, everyone, please leave. But a master, though the body is not well, though the situations are not cooperative, the elements are extreme and people are not positive, still the master has the power to practice pause, power to practice peace, because a master has the power to choose. So you experience that inner freedom. You experience lightness. People can throw any amount of weight, of heavy words, blaming, judging, insulting, but you have a choice, accept or not to accept. It's all about that Julius Caesar's drama dialogues I always remember. To be, not to be. It's a spiritual statement if you really consider its depth. So you have that willingness to be light or to be heavy. To experience happiness or not to experience happiness is a choice. It's not somebody's gift. It is not coincidental. It is not somebody's cooperation. But it is my choice to be happy, not to be happy, to be, not to be. But if you consider I am body, then there is no freedom. You shift from being free to having blockages, having barriers, having what? Blockages, barriers, and what else you can have? Obstacles. So this belief of the self is about all misrepresenting the self to be a body. And so what happens? There is loss of self, loss of faith in the self, and there's no faith in the future, there's no faith in life, there's no faith in for the director also. Your faith is baseless, weak, when you don't have a proper connection with yourself. And proper connection is not there because there is no proper awareness. We are disconnected from our own self. Bird consciousness and cage consciousness. There are two birds, as you see. One is inside the cage, one is outside the cage. So which one experiences more freedom? The one out of the cage. The one inside the cage is called as jailbird. You understand? Bird consciousness means you will experience freedom, lightness, happiness, easiness. Cage consciousness, same. I'm in bondage. I don't have wings to fly. You know what? Once there was a bird sitting on the tree and it was crying loudly, yelling and crying. And nobody is really bothered. It is calling God, come here. I have to ask you some questions. You're answerable to me. You are my creator. Come, come, come. And God says, why this is what this one is calling for me? And so when God comes, the bird says, look, you made me a bird. Why did you curse me like this? He said, becoming a bird is not a curse. You have a beautiful future. But you know what happened? The soul blamed, the bird blamed God that you have made all the birds with wings to fly, but I'm not able to fly. If I'm not supposed to fly, why did you give me the wings? Why did you make me the bird? You know what God said? Child, you have the wings. Look at your beautiful wings. I made you like any other bird. But look down. What did you do to yourself? When the bird looked down, it did not really observe anything and say, what happened? God said, child, leave the feet. You're holding on to the branch. Leave and move your wings now. You will fly like any other bird. The bird tried leaving because it was holding on to the branch. The moment it left the fingers and moved the wings, it could able to fly. The essence is we should let go of this consciousness that I am a body, I am a Christian, I am a Nigerian, I am English, I am Hindi, I am manager, I am advocate, and spirituality is, spirituality doesn't say that leave everything and go and live in a jungle. Spirituality says that these are your roles, play your roles with responsibility and with respect. But remember to be aware that you are not the roles that you're playing. You are a soul. And the soul is the player who is playing different roles. And when you see about this, we had enough information about soul and the body differences, which has really helped us to understand things well. And now it's time to understand what exactly is the soul. What is the anatomy of the soul? We know the anatomy of the body. What about the soul? According to the spiritual knowledge, the soul has 3 faculties: mind, intellect, and results. Mind is called as a thinking being, having 90,000 thoughts per day. Intellect is full of logic, which discerns and decides. Sanskars are also called as results, habits, or personality traits. All the 3 are very important faculties. Now, what are the functional abilities? How does it go on? Mind, being a thinking being, it creates different types of thoughts all over the day: positive, negative, waste, and ordinary. And by seeing the name of it, you know very well it is positive thoughts which will charge the mind, it's negative thoughts which will discharge the mind, and all the more very big loss is done when you create waste thoughts. But if you have the recognition of what is waste, what is positive, what is negative, what is ordinary, then you, the master of the mind, can choose your own thoughts. Isn't it? Now, what is an ordinary thought? Ordinary thought is thinking about the daily routine life, like brushing the teeth, taking baths, wearing clothes, going to work. All of these are ordinary thoughts. What are waste thoughts? When you don't do your ordinary job, it is called as waste thoughts. And these waste thoughts mostly are from past, minus the lessons that we have learned in the past. Whole amount of the past minus the lessons that we have learned in the past. And whole amount of the future, but the targets that we have kept to be achieved, except of those targets, rest everything, whatever we are cooking for the future in our mind is considered as waste. So waste is equal to past plus future minus lessons learned in the past plus targets to be achieved in the future. So many questions come up because we all have a past, isn't it? We all are the travelers. Somebody will have 20 years of memorable past. Memorable means they can remember 20 years, but the traveler is having a long journey. Before coming into this body, we traveled. We had memories, isn't it? That's why some small children, young children, they take birth with past memories. Right from the childhood, there is a 1.5-year child who is narrating Bible like anything, like a prophet, like a professor, like a father, priest. So where did she get this personality trait of remembering, recollecting, and narrating Bible verses, which is so difficult even for adults, isn't it? So this certainly will help us to understand that there is a past which is very long. We are only seeing the time span that we have spent in this body. So the questions that would arise is why it is happening to me. When you think about your past, you say, why it is happening? Why did it happen to me like this? But to make any why positive, it has to be why not. And to make any what is a question about the future. What is going to happen now? What if it doesn't happen like this? What if it happens like that? It's all about what? About the future. So make what positive by adding now. What now? Think about that. What now shall make you to be in the present? And the very word present is gift. When you keep your mind and intellect in the present, it proves to be like a gift to you. Now, what are negative thoughts? Negative thoughts are those thoughts, yeah, we all are experienced of these expressions, isn't it? Thoughts which are guided by inner weaknesses and vices. Inner weaknesses and vices. I think we all agree that we all have weaknesses and vices. And what are those weaknesses and vices? 10 in number, because in ancient Indian philosophy, we speak about Ravan. Every religion has an enemy, and we are talking about the enemy at present. In Islam, it is called as Shaitan. In Christianity, it is called as Satan. Yeah, and in Hinduism, it is called as Ravan. And Ravan is very beautifully depicted with 10 heads. So let's count all the 10 heads: lust, anger, attachment, ego, greed, and jealousy, hatred, selfishness, carelessness, laziness. Look at the list. It's complete. All the 10, they are in everyone, which means enemy is within. Enemy is not outside. People can only deceive us, can cause loss, can insult. That is also on the basis of our past interactions with them. Whatever we give, we get it back, because what goes around comes certainly back to us. So if we have allowed these negative energies to be in action in any interaction, then certainly there will be a time that others also return the same with little more intensity, that is, by adding the, what do you call, interest, compound interest, simple interest, and they will return it back to us. So when our thoughts are influenced by lust, anger, greed, and other things, any one among the 10, then the thoughts become negative. On the contrary, positive thoughts are those thoughts which are added by the inner virtues, values, qualities, specialities, and inner powers. And when you use your inner values, virtues, qualities, specialities, and powers, your face is always smiling. You are carefree. You are free from all the bondages and the barriers, and you will be free from fears. So when you create any type of thoughts among the four, it has to pass through your intellect, because intellect is all to analyze, to rationalize, to discern, to decide, and to judge, to make a decision. That is to say yes, no, right, wrong, true, false, good, bad. At every point of time, you may have to make a decision, isn't it? And spirituality says that go beyond, make it choose to go beyond, decide to go beyond. The third faculty is sanskars. Sanskars are of two types. One is physical personality traits, spiritual personality traits, because we are two personalities. Number one is the physical identity, which is perishable, and the internal innate identity, which is constantly existing, which is eternal. Now, what are the physical sanskars? That is, the sanskars, the habits that we get from our past life. As I already mentioned, that the children, right from the childhood, they have extraordinary skills. Someone can drive the vehicle, someone can read the Bible, someone can sing like a professional, someone can speak like an old lady, you see. And so someone can really be very caring and kind, and somebody can be very angry all the time. I saw a 2-year-old child with full of anger. The mother has brought the child and said, "Sister, please teach meditation for my kid." Always angry. Parents have a lot of complaints, but parents don't understand that this type of attitude of the children is a manufacturing defect. What did the parent do when the child was inside the womb? The parent had all that food that it should not have. The parent did everything that he should not or she should not do. So when you did not take care at the manufacturing stage, then you have no right. You cannot even calm down after the delivery. It is very difficult to make change after the, product is finished. So we have to be very careful. And so we have a special therapeutical classes for those who are pregnant. This is called as Garbh Sanskar, a special course along with meditation, which is given to those who are pregnant. And every pregnant lady shall feel a lot of benefit from this course. How to connect to the baby in the righteous manner, what to think, what not to think, what to eat, what not to eat, what to listen, what not to listen, what to speak and what not to speak, because everything that the mother is doing, the child is also part of it. The child is also doing in a mentally way, not a physical way, because after taking birth, the child also will do physically the same. It's like a mother is training the child who is in the womb. You understand? It's very easy to train a child when it is in the womb. Whatever training, knowingly, unknowingly you are giving, the child will become like that after getting delivered. So there are many such instances, there are many such examples about it. There was a mother in Cambodia, and her husband was working there, and she didn't plan, but she became pregnant. And what happened, for 7 to 8 months, there were wars in Cambodia, the bomb blast, and every time she was shivering with fear and she wanted to leave, but no flights, and she was helpless, and she didn't really plan to go through such type of situation. But you see, things unexpectedly happen sometimes, and you have to face them with peace, stability, and faith. But if you lose them, it will, whatever is happening, you are performing, you are experiencing, your child also is getting programmed to be in that way. And what happened, can you guess? The child took birth. Till 25 years, that child suffered with unknown fears. And in this corona, the child was okay, healthy, nothing happened. Little fever, the child was in fear. I don't know. I think I will die. I think I will die. And the child left the body. There was no problem. COVID patients with severe COVID also, they survived. But with fear, you cannot survive. That's why it is said, fear is equal to death. So these are certain past life sanskars which you can really understand and accept that there is a past life for every being, every traveler. Then some of the habits that you would even receive from your parents, genetically, children, they look like parents, like mother, like father, physically. And also when they grow up, then they say, oh my God, he's just talking like his father. And some habits are from the friends as the child grows, mingles with the friends in the school, then in the college. Then you have colleagues. That's why they say that, tell me your friend, I'll tell your character. Company always colors very strongly. That's why it is said, be in a good company. Good company makes you float. Bad company makes you drown. So you take some habits from the company, from your friends. Good habits also is possible. Bad habits are also possible. Smoking, drinking alcohol, chewing tobacco, or any other, consuming drugs, or becoming angry. All of these things at times come from the company. There was this brother who said, sister, I'm a chimney. My friends in the college, they call me as chimney. And people are, I was asking along with me, there were two more. They were asking that, your chimney, which way, brother? They say, no, you do not know. I always smoke. And so I am not visible, only the smoke is visible. So that's the reason people call me chimney. In olden days, on the top of the house or the factory, there is a chimney where the smoke is, it is allowed to go, to be free. So he is always smoking. So please, sister, help me to be free from this habit. I'm not able to overcome. And he said, I do not know who is that person who introduced this to me. Under peer pressure, I got used to smoking. That person left. Where is he? What he's doing? I do not know, but the smoking never left me. So sanskars, if we don't have that power to discern what is right and what is wrong, this happens only in body consciousness. When we think we are body, we get affected and we get influenced by others, and we come under the pressure, peer pressure. It might be any other pressure, it can be, but you will get influenced and listen to people, and you will cause damage to your own self. Then we also take habits from favorites. People have their own favorites, isn't it? Somebody might like a cricket star, sports star, football star, or singing star, or even actor, or a politician. Whomever you like, you love, you try to follow and become like them. And some people, they love so much, they become lookalikes. They just dress up like that same singer or an actor. You would wonder, is it the same person? Or, in India, we have so many lookalikes. They're madly attracted towards these stars like Shah Rukh Khan, Amitabh Bachchan. They are mesmerized, and they become like that, and they dress up. Any movie, any actor is wearing a particular costume, they will buy or they will stitch and they will wear. That is their interest. So like this, you can have any type of habits, and all these types of habits, let me tell you, are temporary. They don't have long life. They might not come right from the birth. They can come at any point of time in your life, and they can change and they can disappear. There is no guarantee about these type of sanskars. But what is it that is very authentic and very much there within you, traveling within you, along with you travelers? Number one, it is peace. There are 7 colors in the rainbow. There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 strings in the music. In 7 strings in the music, you see, according to the Indian music, it is called as sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. But in here music, do re mi fa so la ti do. That's it. So though it is different, but you call it the same different words. 7 is an auspicious number. This course is also 7. There are 7 star constellation in the sky. That's very famously known as Saptarishi Mandal in the ancient Indian astronomy. The 7 you have is a very auspicious number among different spiritual numbers. So in the soul, there are 7 qualities. Now, what are the 7 qualities? These make the nature of the soul. These make the inner structure of the soul. And so this is what with the soul is made of. And so if this one is reducing, then the soul will feel thirsty. Soul will feel hunger. Soul will start searching for them. But if the soul has forgotten that it is a soul, then it will search for all these 7 outside in the world. It will search in the food, in relationships, in shopping, in income, earning income, in dance, in music, in everything that is connected to the body. But that which is connected to the body cannot quench the thirst of that which is connected to the soul. Who is thirsty? Who is hungry? It is the soul. Then you need to find, to connect, to quench the same thirst and hunger. You need to connect the soul to its own self. It is called as self-nourishment, self-care, self-awareness, self-realization, self-empowerment, and it will lead to self-progress. If you know this structure, that the soul is made with these 7 auspicious ahas, or qualities, or features, or faculties, or facilities. Let's see. Peace means no expectation. What is peace? Peace, people ask, isn't it? Not to speak is peace. No, not to think. Thoughts of expectation, thoughts of anger, thoughts of greed, thoughts of lust, thoughts of, all of those attachments then it is peace. Peace means freedom. I choose to be peace means I choose to not to argue, not to fight, not to involve in anything that is creating sorrow to each other. So peace means no expectations. This is a very simple definition where we understand that when we expect anything from people, and if they don't respond or if they don't give the type of response that you want, then your expectation is not fulfilled. Then you are not peaceful. So never depend on others for your inner peace. Then if you don't have any expectations, you are quite stable, cheerful, peaceful, then you have the love for the self, love for everyone. And this love is unconditional love. There are no conditions. If you love me, I will love you. If you love this much, I will love this much. There are no conditions at all. My love for you is there forever, constantly. No matter you're good, no matter you're bad, but my love for you will not perish. What happens in the human relationships is when people are good, then you love. When people are not good, you hate. But a spiritual person who's practicing meditation holds the choice to have love for everything and anything. Having love doesn't mean that you have to be attached or attracted to somebody. See, I have Brother Daniel sitting next to me. If he does something, if I have that spiritual love, I can request him, I can correct him and say, this is not right, brother. It is not good to be, even, eating non-vegetarian is also a type of violence. I can say with the due reasoning, spiritual understanding is different in this regard. So I can explain to him. It is his choice to accept, not to accept. It is his choice to change or not to change. But whether he change or not, I still will have that spiritual love for you. Because I understand that you don't understand me. Now you understand, don't understand. But maybe when the age goes, when you grow and that food, what you're eating is not helping you to be healthy, then you have to leave, isn't it? You can't keep, becoming sick and becoming ill and still think that this is how I led my life right from my birth. So I keep eating and falling sick. So there is always a time to understand everything. When I understand this secret, I still have love, unconditional love. This is not a physical love. It is spiritual love, true love, selfless love. And when you have that, you are happy. People change or not, people listen or not, you are happy with them. It is very easy to happy with those who are happy with you. But it is very difficult to be happy with those who are not happy with you. And at that time, when you are happy with everyone, then it is called as unlimited happiness. This happiness has nothing to do with the physical appearance or physical give and take or physical depictions, physical behaviors. This happiness is an unlimited happiness. And that comes when you consider yourself as a soul. Soul can only be nourished with this unlimited happiness. Limited happiness, people can crack a joke and you can laugh and be happy. But that is very limited. People can offer you the food that you like and you can become happy. But what if the same person is not offering the food? Then you are unhappy with that person, isn't it? So these are very limited things which are keeping on changing. Focus on the unlimited happiness. And that focus comes when you are aware that you yourself is unlimited, being of light. So when you are happy mood, happy state of mind, then the knowledge that you acquire can easily be imbibed. And so you will have that. That's why it is said that a learning stage is a child. Child age is a learning stage. They can go to school, they can, pursue the education. But an adult would say, what at this age I will go to school and learn? It's not my stuff. Why would they say like that? Because already the intellect is full with scrap. There is no happiness. There's so much of things about the burdens of responsibility, about the future, whether they have or not, but they entertain themselves by thinking about it. I have children, I have my siblings, I have my family, I have to earn for them, I have to work for them, I have to do this, I have to do that. And my religion, my family, my relatives. There's so much of, I would like to call, I'm sorry if you don't like it, it is just scrap, means something which has to be disposed. Knowledge will help us to understand what to dispose and what to compose. What is necessary, what is useful, what is useless. The power to discern will be there within. And so it allows you to perform righteous actions. Knowledgeable person and ignorant person. In terms of spiritual knowledge, the difference is they both have the knowledge of what is right and what is wrong. But a knowledgeable person is a person who chooses to perform righteous actions only. But an ignorant person also has a knowledge, has also a choice to do, not to do. But he will always choose, because of being a weak mind, he will make a choice to perform actions which are unrighteous. You understand? So a knowledgeable person will have a faith in righteousness, will have patience in righteousness, which is called as truth. But an ignorant person also has knowledge about the righteousness, about the truth and what is false and what is right, wrong, but he doesn't have the power. That's it. That's the reason it is called knowledge is power. So which knowledge has power? Knowledge about the self, that I am a point of light, I am an eternal being of light, has power. Rest of the knowledges are called as information. And in the spiritual language, they are all ignorant. Ignorance. So any amount of accumulating the worldly information is not bad. It is good for your livelihood of the body, but it certainly doesn't help you for progressing in life, for your spiritual upliftment, for your self-empowerment. Any amount of the information of the world it can only give you degree, can only increase your academic qualification, can only help you achieve big positions, designations, incomes, but it can never help you to be free from anger, greed, lust, attachment, and ego, and all the rest of the 5 small also. The Satan can never be relieved. You can never conquer the Satan. You can never win over this inner enemy with any information of the world, because the recognition of the self is not there. This is the basis for the complete spirituality. If you have understood A, then you can reach till Z, isn't it? Without knowing A, you are only talking about Z. A for awareness, that I am a being of light. B for the Baba of the being. So we will come to know those things tomorrow. The next thing is power. If you have the true knowledge of what is right and what is wrong, then you need the power to do what is right, and you need the power to stop what is wrong. Isn't it? Many times people take excuses. They know what is right and what is wrong, but they cannot stop what is wrong. And so this power, spiritual power, gives you to make a choice to stop what is wrong. To stop something, you don't need to be loud. You can be quietly stopping as well. As you do right things quietly, you can stop wrong things quietly, because quietness is your power. Next comes is purity. When you have that power, then you will develop inner purity. Inner purity is inner sanctity, inner serenity, where there is no room for any waste thoughts or ill feelings for yourself, for your family, or about the whole creation as well. So purity means no waste. Purity is that inner divinity. When you experience your inner divinity, you also connect to the inner divinity of others. Because people are full of package. They have this and they have that. Both positive, negative. It is our choice to connect to what? Because we are in the world of life where everyone is around. We are not in jungle. We are not in the banks of rivers or mountain tops or caves. We don't live in solitude. Isn't it? We are not all alone. We are with families and friends and relations, connections. In that case, what are our connections should be based on? The basis for the connection and relation is that inner I, to recognize the divine thing within everyone. Everyone is a soul, like I am a soul. Once you understand this, you'll experience the bliss. Bliss means supersensuous joy, where there is no work for any sense organ. A joy that you experience without the work of any sense organs, which is beyond the sense organs. You understand what I'm talking? A joy which is beyond the sense organs. You know, one is called as sensual pleasures. That is when you see something very good and beautiful, you are like happy. And when you listen some good music, you feel very content. When you eat some good food, it's as though you have attained everything in the world. Am I right? Some women, they get good jewelry and they feel that they are richest in the world. You understand? Some people get good relations. They like their son, they like their daughter, they like their husband, wife. They get good relation. Good relation in sense, there is no problem in that relation. There's so much of peace. There's so much of love for each other. They feel, I don't want anything. Sometimes they say, I don't want God because I have good relations. But good is good, God is God, isn't it? God can be good, but all good cannot be good. So bliss is supersensuous joy. This all are the 7 qualities of the soul. There are 7 colors. Now, if you're interested, I will tell the colors and we will close. Why am I telling the colors? Because in meditation, you see these virtues, you see these qualities in the form of a colorful light. It is not written, come on, take peace. I can write it on a paper and I can have to give. That's not giving peace. Giving peace is allowing yourself to visualize, to hold on to the inner peace, which is in light sky blue color. And give that light sky blue colored bright rays of light to anybody is to give peace. See with your third eye of intellect. See with that eye of knowledge what you're learning now. Because this knowledge also helps you to see the invisible light within you as you are. So when you can see that invisible, you need an eye. So you are seeing visible things with 2 eyes. Now you should allow the third eye, which is completely dormant. You have to activate. Try to see the invisible within. If you see that invisible being in the body, you can see the invisible living being in everybody. You can see the invisible Father. You can see the invisible future. You can see the invisible positivity which is there all around us. Then choosing to see the visible negativity, visible crime, visible what are all the sorrow. People focus on the visible sorrow outside, but you have a choice to focus on the invisible happiness that is available practically if you have the eye to see. And so it's a practice that in meditation, you possess that eye. Everyone has that eye, but you activate that eye to be in a functional aspect of able to see the invisible things. So all these 7 things you should see in the form of light with that particular color. Peace, mostly whitish sky blue. Love, can anybody guess? Love, green color. Happiness, yellow color. Knowledge, deep dark blue. Power, red color. Purity, orange. Bliss is violet. like garden egg. Peace. Are you listening, everyone? I hope everyone are there.
Yes,
Great.
yes.
Okay, lovely.
Yes, sister.
So because of this, I have put that, yeah, now I can see your lovely faces. So these are the different colors which we are going to see. Welcome to the world of light. Welcome to the world of true colors and true power.
The question, I mean, the 7 colors again, ma.
Okay, yes. Peace is whitish sky blue.
Okay.
Love is green color, parrot green, and happiness is yellow. Knowledge is deep blue, which can be called as navy blue. Power, red color. Purity, orange.
Okay.
Bliss is violet or lavender, as you all call.
Lavender.
Lavender,
Okay.
violet. See, I'm able to tell you now, but when I came into knowledge, when I start meditating, nobody told me all these things. I didn't undergo all of this. It was just an experience that I had, and I saw everything like this. I started writing what I'm seeing. Then I checked with and it came to be so true. And that's how my faith has become more stronger. Because what I'm seeing, the invisible that I'm seeing is so true than the visible reality. And I found there is no reality in the visible thing. And so I was practicing, excuse me, I was a practicing advocate in the High Court of Andhra Pradesh. When I was introduced to the knowledge, I didn't do a course, but an experience has pulled me and helped me to encounter the reality of life. And that experience is still holding me on this path of righteousness, on this path of meditation. See, it's more about the fulfillment, isn't it? Many a times you do many things, but you're still not happy or satisfied or content in life. But many a times you have that experience that you have everything and you don't need anything to be. You don't need anybody's appreciation as well. People do love it for a lot of appreciation, for others' respect, for others' consideration. And people do everything because they want to steal the show. Now here, I am an actor. I have my inner stage. And when crisis comes, I am the superstar. Then people will recognize my inner power. I don't need to demonstrate. The power is self-proof. Something that is truth need not any proof. Isn't it? So I am focusing on my inner truth as I am what I am. Do you have any questions?
So are we going to talk about these colors some other time? Or just wanted us to know the colors? Or you wanted
So
just to know
this
the
whole
colors?
session is recorded. So I will send you the link. You can listen.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the gaps in between. So tomorrow we will have an uninterrupted session, hopefully. So do you have any questions?
No, sister.
Excellent.
It's very good. Yeah.
Wow, you are already, what should I say, graduated so fast. But let me tell you, the exams are waiting for you. In the whole day, the people whom you meet, If you don't apply this knowledge, you don't experience to be what you had. Then it will become that knowledge is only in the class and your life is different, but this learning is different. You have to make this knowledge as an integral part of your life. So when you look in yourself into the mirror, see that inner being. Start seeing, because a lot of clutter is there. It might not be clearly visible, but still it is there. In the forehead,
Sure, sister.
I, the soul, I am the point of light. The clutter of different labels of I and mine, of ego is there. Just push them a little and try to see yourself as a point of light. Focus on the light. This is the first lesson, and this is the last exam that you will have to attend before attaining the supreme divinity.
Got it, sister.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sister.
My pleasure.
Sister, I want to,
Yes,
do you hear me?
yes, please.
Yes, I just want to be sure because call interrupted when you were speaking on what I received from my mother's womb. You know,
Yeah. What?
I have this belief that, yes, I'm an internal being, I'm a soul. And internal being has no beginning and will have no end. So I want to be sure that, like you said, what I received from my mother's womb is it this flesh? I want
Yes.
to be the
Yes,
flesh
yes.
because
Thank
I've
you.
been existing
This
before
whole
then.
journey, which has started
Yeah.
from your mother's womb as Leo. Leo is a name of the journey that you're living, is a name given to the body, isn't it? So then what you
Yeah.
receive first is you receive that body, that flesh from your mother's womb. It was a just undeveloped flesh, unrecognizable whether it is male or female, not even well-developed organs are there. At that point of time, you, the light, you, the star, has entered into the womb. And when you entered with your past energy of the actions that you have performed. Knowingly, unknowingly, whatever actions that you have performed in the past journey, you carry that energy and you enter into the womb. With that energy, your body is formed into a male, into a female, into a healthy body, or extra healthy, or no healthy body, handicapped. Whatever body, it is framed after the soul enters into the womb, into that flesh.
Yes, I just want to be sure because I understood what you said. Because what I gathered is not really me. Is what I gathered, like what you said. I just want to be sure that I understood what you said.
Thank you. So your today's homework is at least 21 times at different point of time. Majority, please consider while eating, while drinking, and before sleeping. While eating, while drinking, before sleeping, consider this time when you're practicing the homework. The homework is see yourself as a point of light and see others, whoever is coming in front of you, as a light in that body. Just a point of light in that forehead. When you see any face, see, as I see Brother Leonard now, in the forehead, he's there. You see that light. Start seeing it. As you constantly practice, your eye is getting opened and you can see the light within everyone.
Absolutely.
At least 10 people you have to see as a light, and at least 21 times you have to see your own light. I am light. I am peace. Because all these 7 qualities are there. Every day you have to see one quality. Then only you will feel that you have it. Otherwise, when you will start searching for what you are, you do not know. You understand? I am peace and I'm searching for, begging for peace everywhere. How silly it is. is as silly as, you responded very well. It's something to laugh. You're a master. See, you have everything that you want. So I am what I want.
Absolutely.
Lovely. Congratulations to all of you. We'll
Thank you.
meet at the same time. But before we depart, for a couple of minutes, let's focus on ourselves. Let's practice in together with open eyes. Feel your essence in between the forehead as a point of light. In the center of the forehead, between the two brains inside, medulla oblongata and like cerebrum and cerebellum, the big and the small brains. In between the two, next to the pituitary glands, there's an organ called hypothalamus. That green jelly organ next to that is that space where I am. I'm subtle. I'm eternal. I'm an imperishable being. I'm an immortal being. I'm an invisible being. I'm an indivisible being. I'm an indestructible being. I'm light. I'm pure. And peace. I'm love. I'm wisdom. I am power. I am bliss. I give what I am. As I see everyone, I allow the inner peace, inner light to flow through my eyes. And I share this light with everyone around me. And I charge this whole environment with my inner light. I experience the place around me is getting charged with this invisible spiritual light of peace. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Than speaking, I bless you, I good wish you. Just sit silently and give the light. This is more powerful because the actor, he is in the form. The actor, he is properly acting, helping other actors. The actor has to be activated. Okay, have a great day. Om Shanti.
Thank you, sister.
And remember today's homework. I am a peaceful soul. The first day, yesterday's homework also still is there. It's not that every day is a different homework. Yesterday's homework also is carry forward. I'm a peaceful soul for 21 times. And now today's addition, 10 people that you have to see as a soul. And 21 times you have to feel your own inner light. Tomorrow is another lesson to know where did I have come from. I entered into the womb, but where did I come from? What is the beginning, foremost beginning of my journey of taking births and taking body, leaving body? But where did I start? Where is my original home? And who is my family? Who is my father? Where is he? What is he? Tomorrow we try to learn. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Have a
Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
Thank you.